YouTube spam comments, the bane of a YouTuber's existence. Recently, YouTube has given us the tools to fight against them, however. They have added a new filter where an increased sensitivity can be added to comment sections so that comments that may be spam, self-promotion, gibberish and otherwise potentially inappropriate will be automatically held for review in the YouTube studio and will only be published if you approve them. If you want a higher level of protection for your channel, increasing the strictness will increase the number of comments held for review. Also on top of this, and this is one of the more interesting ones, a YouTuber is able to create their own channel guidelines. I myself have had this feature for a while, my basic rules just being no links and no swearing. Fairly standard, being that YouTube will judge and act against a channel based on things it sees in its comment sections. That's why I don't want any swearing. As for links, well, they just take you off platform and away from my video. Something else which YouTube punishes YouTubers for. Hey, well done, you made someone leave the platform. We're not going to suggest any more of your videos to people. Let's have a look at some updates from Creator Insider, shall we?
Channel guidelines. You may remember an experiment we discussed last year called channel guidelines, where within the experiment, creators could establish specific guidelines for their channel to in turn establish certain expectations and norms for their communities.
With my recent channel growth within the last year, I think this is something that is quite important for the setting the tone of my comment sections with the massive influx of new subscribers that I've had.
Now, if you missed that video, you'll find a link to it within the description below.
I will link all of the appropriate Creator Insider links in my comment section down below as well, so you can go and give them a watch and leave comments there for yourselves.
To quickly recap, channel guidelines are specific rules that outline the types of conversations you want to see on your channel. This means that your audience must read and acknowledge the guidelines before leaving a comment or chat.
It also works quite well to reinforce the YouTube community guidelines themselves. For example, as I said, the no swearing, because that affects the monetization of channels.
We're continuing to roll out this feature globally to creators to set up to 3 guidelines for their channels. If you don't have access yet, stay tuned as we expand to more creators over the course of the year. If you do have access, leave us some feedback in the comments. We'd love to hear about your experience. Creators with access can access the feature via YouTube Studio, clicking on Settings and then Community.
vidIQ also recently touched on the subject in one of their live streams as well, which I felt was quite informative and worthy of reaction.
We at Creative, we get a lot of crazy comments, maybe it be hate comments, troll comments, things that we don't want to see or things that we might not want to be put on our comment section. So what are some examples, Dan, of words that people should be probably putting in their block word filter in their community section so that they can be protected from unnecessary heat on YouTube?
Well, all the bad ones, first of all.
Generally, I find these days that swearing seems to be evolving. In the past, swearing was based on bodily functions, e.g. sex, excrement, but now it seems to be, as the world is becoming closer through the use of the internet, generally offensive terms now seem to be based on people's mental health and people's race, as well as gender. That seems to be another one that's coming into it quite a lot now.
You know what I do is I look at comments and I'm constantly updating that word filter. Always. Because I think it can be different. Different niches have different issues, right? Because different niches are targeted by different predators who are trying to get you to click links and things like that. First of all, I would hide links in your comments because I just don't honestly think they're needed. You can, if you need people to like link you to different guides or something, use a Discord server and then you can control that in different ways. But I would turn off links completely because they're usually just nefarious anyway.
Absolutely 100% agree with that. Not allowing links on the channel entirely. That is, unless they are my own links that benefit me, e.g. merch store, for example.
And then if you're seeing people use words that are getting through, I would be targeting the specific words in your comment section themselves, like stuff you're finding, you know. And then YouTube has a new feature where you can actually, per video, you can turn this on. It's an increased, like sensitivity word filter.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And I'm still playing with it. Like I'm still kind of testing to see, but you can go into your settings and you can turn this on for all of your future uploads by going to your upload settings, but increase strictness, experimental feature. I've turned it on. I haven't seen anything in my held for review section so far that shouldn't be there. But again, they put experiment here letting you know that stuff will slip through that shouldn't have gone there. But yeah, this will save you some time if you're trying to get your word filter even better. But there's a lot of different like scams and stuff people run with the way they type their text out that gets by these word filters. So sometimes I put symbols in there, just different symbols that I see people commonly using.
That is a very valid point. A lot of the YouTube scammers and spammers now are making their way around the word filters by using weird fonts as well as emoji letters. It would definitely be an idea to put some of these fonts and letters into the blocked word filter in an attempt to avoid such spams and scams from polluting your comment sections, and to keep your community safe from the harm that these people are trying to cause to them with their nefarious links.
Also, I would tell you all, if you haven't already, if you are not using your real name on your channels, you should probably put your real name, your address, your phone number, and all that important stuff in there too.
Oh, in the blocked.
Yeah, in the blocked section, so people can't dox you.
That is probably one of the wisest things I've ever heard from any of the YouTube marketational and motivational influencer people. Put all of your personal information in the blocked word filter so people can't dox you in the comment section. Unlike what JJ Plagiarisms did. He didn't put his information into the blocked word filter. And you know what else he did? When someone name doxed him, he made a video about it and he put a photo of the comment of the name dox into the video. I've been thoughtful enough to blur this comment out for the sake of his anonymity. But yeah, don't do that. Don't get doxed, then don't brag about being doxed by displaying your own dox.
This truly is the equivalent of eating a lot of cakes and then complaining to Tesco's that you've put on weight.
That's just stupidity. Absolute and utter unrefined stupidity. But not unexpected from JJ Plagiarisms.
Don't plant the seeds that will blossom into the next war.
Apparently now YouTube has been working on the other side of it as well. The people who leave comments that could be considered as spammy or community guideline breaking will now begin to receive messages regarding the comments that they've left.
We've heard your feedback that spam and inappropriate comments are top of mind for creators.
And it's about time. My show, Watch Dogs, which was created more than 5 years ago now to combat spam, whilst not posting as regularly about spammers, spam bots, trap towns, Zymer tracks, etc. Whilst not covering subjects like that as regularly, we're still seeing quite a lot of spam on this platform.
And we want you to know that we're always looking for ways to improve the comments experience for everyone. Many users have told us that they would like to know if and when their comment has been removed for violating one of our community guidelines.
My question is, why hasn't YouTube been doing this anyway? I see this all too often in my own comment sections that YouTube randomly removes, ghosts, hides, shadow bans people's comments for no bloody reason whatsoever. And the only reason that I would know about this is because every now and again I'll get an email saying that someone's left a comment. I go to read it and respond to it to find it's not there. I get a notification about the comment, but YouTube's already removed the comment, but the notification and the email still stands, so I can still read part of what has been said. And the thing is, they don't inform the person that left the comment. In the way of a YouTuber's credibility, it makes it look like I've been removing comments when I haven't. The only reason I'd remove comments would be because they break YouTube guidelines, because there's swearing in them, or because there's links in them.
Additionally, we want to protect creators from a single user's ability to negatively impact the community via comments, either on a single channel or multiple channels. We're testing out a new comment removal notification that clarifies if and when a comment has been removed for violating one of our community guidelines. And in some cases, when a user has left multiple abusive comments, we'll time out that user's ability to comment for up to 24 hours.
This sounds like a wonderful blow against spam bots who are able to comment, dare I say, millions of times over a very short space of time. This is a real game changer in the war against YouTube spam. The thing is, why now? Other platforms such as Facebook and Twitter have had these trust and safety features in place at this point for years. Why is YouTube only now realizing that they need these in their communities? YouTube has been a rampant hotbed for, at the very least, fraud and piracy, and at the very worst, hacking and doxing. And only now they've decided to address this. Yes, very good for addressing it, but at the same time, very bad that you didn't address this 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when the reply girls were a thing.
So what's the goal? Well, it's to reduce the number of abusive comments across the platform, and to let users who do violate our community guidelines know what they've done, so that they can correct their behavior and contribute more positively to the community next time they comment. We'll leave a link in the description to the YouTube Experiments forum post where you can read a description of the experiment, but leave us your comments and questions below. I'd love to know what you think.
I will have all of the appropriate links in my description section down below. Please feel free to go and give them a read. Go and have a watch of Creator Insider's videos and let them know what you think. My opinion, yeah, this is good, but at the same time, this is very late. Oh look, all the horses have darted out the barn. Let's close the door now.